Good morning, everybody. For those of you joining for the first time, my name is Tweety Baby, the Facebook comedian. And the reason you look at your phone, laughing, shaking your head, and laughing your ass off. And this is my Taco Tuesday Live. I'm here every Tuesday at 9 a.m. I'm a little late today because I had to make some lemonade real quick, if you know what I mean. But I'm here now, and I wait for y'all to come in so I can tell y'all all about my weekend. And to talk about parenting and how I feel it needs to change. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come on in and then I'm gonna get started. As y'all see today, I got my Mambo outfit back on. There ain't nothing wrong with my hair this time. This thing just keeps me warm. Got me feel like a polar bear today. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Hope everybody had a very safe and fun-filled weekend. In a little bit, I'm about to tell y'all all about my weekend. Now, okay, I'll get started now. So, one of my friends from back in the day, I'm saying this shit like I was born in the 50s or some shit. Anyway, one of my friends from back in the day, she invited me over to her mother's birthday party. Birthday dinner. It wasn't a party, it was a dinner. Now, like I said before, I don't turn down shit but my caller and some of y'all baby daddies in my inbox. That's the only thing I turn down, but free food, I'm there. So, now her mother can cook the fuck out some fried chicken, sweet potatoes, cabbage, and cornbread. I think her mother was a former slave I think her mother was a slave in her former life. I had to go back and look at my history books to make sure that bitch wouldn't stand next to Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth. I said, fuck, and her sweet, that shit is good. You know, not everybody can cook, but her cooking is good. So, and her sweet tea, that shit will make you take a sip, just like this. Leave the table, jump in your car, ride down to Maya Angelou's grave and ask her why cage birds sing. That shit is good. I've had sweet tea that's good before, but when you get it from a southern cooker, that shit is good. That shit is good as a motherfucker. I said, am I in Bowie or Candyland, bitch? This shit is delicious. Where is Jamie Foxx and Samuel L. Jackson? Samuel L. Jackson. I'm getting tired to him. The dinner was amazing. And I usually don't eat everybody cooking because not everybody can cook. You know, I've had chicken that tastes like it came from the chicken coop that Smokey was hiding in on Friday when he was smoking it with the guy high with the Spanish motherfuckers. I've had potato salad with eggshells in it. Shit, it felt like I was eating a bowl of fucking cornflakes. And I've had pasta salad that looked like they were trying to find Nemo in the motherfucker. I said, y'all got to learn how to cook before you invite people over. Now, I think it was Friday, I told y'all about this story. About this altercation that happened around my way with these two middle school girls. So, now, around my way, it's a physical altercation almost every other fucking day. You know, baby mamas fighting baby daddies, girlfriends fighting side chicks, and niggas fighting other niggas over community pussy. There's always some shit going on in the DMV. Everybody from the DMV know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So, it was one day last week, it was one of them hot days, one of them 70-degree days. You know when they get hot, motherfuckers get crazy, especially black people, sorry. You know niggas get crazy. It's like summertime is like catnip for these motherfuckers. They just go nuts. So now, one day last week, it was this group of girls came over to fight another girl who lived in my neighborhood. Now, the kids of today are very different, you know, from the kids of my generation, because in my generation, we had discipline, we had structure, and we had real parents and parenting. Real parents and parenting. It is a difference. So, we had Big Mama. You know, nowadays they got Big Shaniqua. You know, we had real mothers and grandmothers nowadays. So nowadays, the fucking grandmother is as young as the mother, you know? These kids are not getting the proper structure and guidance that they need. They're not being taught to have respect for their elders and older superiors. I believe that's why a lot of this shit is going on in these schools. So, that's why there's a lot going on with these kids, with these fightings and these school shootings and kids fighting teachers and fighting each other. Back when I was growing up, if it was any school shootings, you rarely heard about it because it really didn't happen back then, because we had parents who were involved with this. I think it's a lot of parents out there who are not involved with their kids' lives. You know, that's why a lot of them turn out the way they do. A lot of them don't have respect for anybody. You know, they got to have, it all starts at home. Respect starts at home. You have to really take time and teach your kids morals and guidance and discipline. So, back to the story now. Mind you, the girl who they were trying to fight, her parents were actually there. Because I think they had just pulled up or something. I think they had just pulled up in the garage, the parking lot. Not garage, the parking lot. So, as they pulled up, the girls came towards the car. So, I don't know if the girl this group of girls followed the girl home, not knowing that her parents were there. But this is what happened. So they told the girl, so the father got out the car. He told his daughter, he said, no, stay in the car, because the girls had approached the car. They was like, bitch, get out the car. Bitch, get out the car. Now, first of all, that's no respect if you see a person's parents sitting right there. That goes to show right there there's no respect in this generation. So the girl was like, no, bitch, get out the car. Bitch, get out the car. So the father got out the car. He was like, hold on, what's going on? Because you're not about to fight my daughter while I'm standing here. So the girl got all crunk. She was like, nigga, mind your business. Mind your business. I beat your motherfucking ass too. And I respected the father because he was like, you know, you're not going to fight my daughter. First of all, I need to know what the fuck is going on. You know, he was like, second of all, I'm not going to talk to no child. Where is your parents? I will respect him for that. He ain't go back and forth with her. He was like, no, go get your parents. I want to talk to your parents. So the girl, you know, standing there kept going on and on. So she was like, well, you're not about to fight my child while I'm standing here. This is crazy. He was like, where's your parents? Then she was like, oh, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that. I'm going to fight this bitch today. She going to get her ass beat today. You know, she was just going on very disrespectful. Just going on and on. So he was like, I'm not about to talk to an adult. I'm not about to talk to a child. I want to speak to an adult. So by that time, the girl went around the father. Mind you, the daughter was in the car. The father was standing outside the car. So the girl walked around the car, around the father, walked around the car, and tried to pull the girl out the car. So her father, he was like, if you don't get the fuck off my car, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. He was like, I've been to prison. I'll go back. I said, oh, shit. I said, bitch, you fucking with Suge. Now you better back the fuck up. You know, I was on across the street. I was in my blinds, but I turned them motherfuckers off. I said, he ain't about to get me. I said, girl, you better run the fuck home for your ass be on the hit list tonight. So the girl finally went home. Now, no more than maybe 20 minutes later, the girl came back. Now, mind you, the father had left. I don't know where he went, but he had left. So only the mother was there now. So by this time, the mother came out, and the mother said, why are y'all trying to fight my daughter? You know, what exactly is the problem? The girl said, your daughter always talking shit and trying to fight us over dick that ain't hers. Now, mind y'all, these are middle school kids. Let me say that shit again for the bitch in the back. These are middle school kids. Let me say that shit again. These are middle school kids fighting over dick. Bitch, you should be fighting. You should be reading Shakespeare and eating Lunchables. What the fuck are y'all doing fighting over dick? You know, first of all, if he was supposed to be your little boyfriend, your little dude, whatever the fuck he is, he shouldn't even, he really don't give a fuck about you, because he really shouldn't put you in that position to be over here trying to fight this bitch over him. That's what a lot of people need to stop and think. I'm like, secondly, well, y'all out here looking like niggas on Black Friday. He laid up with another bitch, making both of y'all look stupid as fuck. Sometimes you really have to stop and think. Now, me, I've never in my life and never will fight over a nigga. You really got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna be out in the street getting my shit pulled, getting my lashes taken off, getting drugged down the street for a nigga. You really got me fucked up. Bitch, you can have him. Because first of all, if a nigga put me in a position, he was never mine to begin with. So why the fuck am I out here fighting for something that don't belong to me in the first place? It never did. Because if it did, that situation would never occur. Parents, you really have to instill in your kids the importance of self-respect and dignity. Don't ever embarrass or degrade yourself to please somebody else. You can keep asking yourself, why can't I find a good man? Well, bitch, your titties, your ass, and fucked up lace fronts is all over Facebook and Instagram. That's why you can't find no good man. You really got to stop and evaluate yourself. Because no man is going to really bring that home to mama. And if he do, he's going to never make you a wife. That's facts. No man is going to wife a hoe. That's facts. And no man is going to wife a hoe. And no woman want a man that every bitch done had. That's the bottom fucking line. You can say what you want. You can disagree. You can say whatever the hell you want. That's the bottom fucking line. No man is going to wife a hoe. And no woman want a man that every bitch in the hood done had. You can tell me I'm wrong all you want to. That ain't wrong. That's facts. I live here. But it all starts at home. You have to really take time with your kids. Parents don't take time with their kids anymore. You want to let them run around doing what they want to do, trying to be their friend. Then wonder why they have no respect for you or no other adult. Because you have to start at home. You have to give them something to respect. You have to give them something to respect. And that's your love and that's your attention. Kids have to have your undivided attention. Because if they're not getting that love and respect at home, all thing they're going to do is go out in the streets and find it for somebody else. And it may be the wrong type of love. That's why a lot of these kids nowadays turn to the streets. Because they're not getting that proper guidance at home. A lot of people nowadays, they all into social media. They all into the phone. They talking on the phone. You're not paying no attention to your kids. Your kids get into all kind of shit. You have to take time with your kids. I take time with my son every single day. Every single day I ask him, what's going on in school? Why are you getting this type of grade? You know, what's going on here? How are you feeling? What's going on? I talk to him every single day because you have to really stay abreast of what's going on. I talk to his teachers. You have to really stay abreast of what's going on. Because if the teachers feel you don't care, they're not going to care either. They're not going to care what he's doing in there. If they feel the parents don't care, that's why you have to be more involved in their school as well. But it all starts at home. You really have to take that time out with your kids. That's why it's so much going on. That's why all these teen suicides and kids going to school angry and fighting teachers and fighting other kids. And just like a couple weeks ago, I think this was a couple weeks ago, where it was in a DC school. It was a special needs kid. And he had a cell phone. Now, the kids asked him if they could use his cell phone. And he said no, but I really don't think he even understood them because he had special needs. They ended up beating the boy up, dumping acid on him, and all kinds of shit. And I think it was 14 days later, he died. He ended up dying. He went to the hospital and ended up dying days later. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Those kids probably didn't have that right structure. You should not treat another individual like that. And the thing that's sad is you see this shit every single day. Like, if you really watch these crime shows like ID Discovery, Snap, and all this other shit, you will really see the fucked up mindset people have. That's why everybody, you can't treat them any kind of way because you don't know how that person came up. And you don't know what setback, what things you can say that can set a person back to their childhood. You can say one little thing and it would make their mind snap. If a person was abused, and you're verbally abusing them or physically abusing them, that's gonna make them snap. That's how your ass end up on Snap and CSI and whatever else fucking shows. That's how. Because it all starts at home. A lot of parents just think, oh, he's acting weird. It's just a phase. He'll get over it. No. Sometimes they don't get over it. You really have to take that time out and figure out what's going on. You really do. Teach these kids respect. In my house, when I was growing up, if I didn't say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, please, and thank you, you got your fucking teeth knocked out. We learned respect back then. If you didn't learn it from your mom, you damn sure learned it from your grandmother. And maybe I can only speak for myself because that's the type of home I was raised in. You know, that's the type of parents and grandparents I had, ones that cared. Ones that took that time out and showed you right from wrong. That's what's missing in this generation. A lot of parents and grandparents, the parents are too young. You know, the parents getting younger every fucking day. You know, you 12, 13 years old having a kid, you're not going to be able to teach them the proper respect and guidance because you're young yourself. You still want to go out and have fun. In a lot of incidents, that's probably what happened. You know, these parents are getting younger and they're not properly disciplining these kids. because they so busy worried about hitting the club and doing this and hanging out with friends and doing that. Oh, I leave him with grandma. I come see you in the morning. No, because you know what? He's going to grow up. He or she going to grow up, and they're going to respect their grandmother more than they respect you. And whenever you tell them to do something, you wasn't there for me. You didn't do this for me. Grandma did it. Then you're going to have a problem. But if you was there from the beginning, you did what you were supposed to do. You taught this child. You took time and taught this child guidance and respect. Then they would have that same respect for you. If you don't respect yourself, your child won't respect you either. Your child soaks in everything he or she sees. Whatever you do, they're going to reciprocate. They're going to grow up and do it. If you keep a dirty house, they're going to grow up and have a dirty house. If you was with a man that's whooping your ass, they're going to grow up and have a man or woman whooping their ass. Or they're going to be abused. It's a cycle. It's going to be a cycle. And somewhere along the line, we need to break that cycle. That's the same as fathers not being in their child's life. If you, as a man, grew up without a father in your life, for anything, that should push you to be in your child's life. I never understood how that happens. Just because your father wasn't in your life, you turn around and do it to your child. And make your child feel that same pain and void that you felt. Somewhere along the line, you have to break that chain. Don't keep letting it go. Don't keep burning that chain. You have to break that chain. If your father wasn't there for you, you're supposed to do everything you can to make sure you don't do the same thing. Make sure your child, that child doesn't feel that same hurt that you felt. You know, it don't happen. You know, you have to become, things like that happens, it should make you become a better person, not a worse person. It should really make you become a better person. Which me, I had both parents. But still, I was taught that respect. I was taught that discipline. It don't even matter if you grew up in a two-parent home or not. As long as you had one parent who really took that time and shows you the respect, guidance, discipline that you need, that's all that really matters. Parents just need to really take their time with these kids. Just like the incident I just told you about that happened with the girl trying to fight the other girl. You know, and they sitting here fighting over boys. You shouldn't even be, at middle school, you shouldn't even be worried about boys. That's crazy. But see, nowadays, they don't have no positive inspiration on TV. Only thing you got is fucking Love and Hip Hop. Who got the biggest titties? Who got the biggest ass? Who got the best lace front? Who lashes back the loud? I mean, it's just stupid shit. You don't have no positive role models on TV anymore. Back then, we had positive. The shows we watched had positivity, and they promoted education. They promoted family. They promoted good relationships. They don't get that kind of shit nowadays. You know, back then we had the Cosbys, we had Martin, we had Living Single, we had Good Times. You know, all that kind of shit we grew up on. That showed you the struggles. That shows you how important education is. That really showed you what a good relationship is all about. Friendship is all about. You know, we don't have that kind of positivity anymore. Because the TV nowadays, the only thing you see is ass, fake ass rappers that you don't understand a fucking word they saying. We had, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Wayans Brothers. You know, you had all these shows, even though they were maybe comedies and funny, but each show sent you some kind of message. And that's what's missing in this generation. They're not getting shows that send messages. We had all kinds of good shows back then. I love the 90s. Fuck, I miss the 90s. I miss the music in the 90s. At least I understand every fucking word they were saying. Bone Thugs and Harmony, it took me a minute, but I know he missed his Uncle Charles now. I got it. It took me a minute, but I got it now. I'm just saying, you know, music back then was music. R&B was R&B. They actually sung and made you feel it. This shit nowadays, you don't feel that shit. It's like, what the fuck is this? You barely understand. They rapping about fucking ramen noodles and all this other shit nowadays. It's like, what the fuck has happened to music? This is why the generation is so fucked up. You don't have no positive role models. You may have maybe a handful of them. Maybe a handful. But you don't have the positivity we grew up on. Which is why we didn't have all these murders and shootings and all this craziness back then. And if it did, it's nowhere near the extent that it is now. Nowhere near the extent that it is now. Every time you turn on the news, it's some kind of violence going on. It's a school shooting. It's a homicide in D.C. It's a killing over here in Virginia. It's crazy. Every single day is something. And it all starts in the home. No discipline. These kids are not learning respect. They don't have respect at all. Back then, you couldn't sit there cussing in front of adults and shit. We didn't do that back then. Nowadays, I drop my son off at school every day. I don't even know who the hell is the students and who are the teachers. I mean, it's crazy. Like, the students are dressing just as grown as the teachers. You didn't see that back then. Back then, you knew who were the teachers. You knew who were the students. We looked like middle schoolers. These motherfuckers like sumo wrestlers. My son had a play. I think it was like a winter play or something. And I'm looking at these kids. I'm like, the fuck, is this a play? Or is this Bad Boys 2? Who the fuck are these big motherfuckers up here? I mean, these kids really don't look like kids now. It's crazy. I really embrace and appreciate the way I grew up. And the way I grew up is how I'm teaching my son. That's the morals and guidance I'm putting inside of him. Have respect for yourself. Learn to cook for yourself so you won't have to depend on no woman to do it for you. Learn how to clean up on your own so you don't have to depend on no woman to keep the house clean. You can help her out. You can have her dinner waiting for her. That's the kind of man I'm raising. That's some of these lazy ass niggas you see nowadays. They just lay on the couch flicking the remote all day. And his woman not working. No. He didn't have no positive mama to teach him how a man's supposed to treat a woman. But I'm going to say that one for another show. So that's my time for today. I hope you enjoyed the message. This is my Taco Tuesday live. I'm here every Tuesday at 9 a.m. My information is up on this post, my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube. Go subscribe to all my pages. I will be here every single Tuesday, and I will be here again Thursday at 9 a.m. for my Turn Up Thursday live. Now, I hope y'all have a great day. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all later. Have a good one.